Hi guys, so this is estimating. So one first thing that's very important is if I take my first example here, I've got 46 multiplied by 21. So very important, if you actually go and work that out in an exam, if you do 46 multiplied by 21, if you put that into your calculator or if you work that out with your column multiplication method and you get the exact answer of 46 multiplied by 21, then you'll lose all the marks. So estimate kind of almost means like a guess. So you'll often you might associate the word guess with it when you're talking about estimate in English. So estimating something is kind of guessing, but in maths you have to do it in a specific way. So it tells us up here that we have to round all numbers to one significant figure. So one significant figure is important, and then calculate the sum as normal. So after that, then we're going to calculate as normal. So let's have a look at the first one here. It's 46 multiplied by 21, and I have to estimate an answer for it. So if I was to round 46, so let's just take the 46. So we're going to take each individual number in each question. So 46 multiplied by 21. So the 46, if I'm to round that to one significant figure, the first significant figure from left to right there is the 4. So the 6 means that the 4 goes up by 1 and becomes a 5, and then the number after the line will become a 0. So that would round off to 50. If I'm to round to 21, then first significant figure is the 2. The 1 means that the 2 stays the same, so it would just be 20. So 50 multiplied by 20 then, quick way you can do that in your head is just do the 5 times the 2, which is 10, and then add on the other 2 zeros. So 1000. So 1000 would be my estimate there. The second one looks a little bit more complicated. It's 5.79 multiplied by 312 over 0.523. So let's take each number in it first of all. Now I'm going to round each of them to one significant figure because it actually makes it easier when you round to one significant figure. If I was to round off to something else there, if I was to round this off, the 312 there off to two significant figures or to the nearest 10, it'd make the calculation at the end a little bit harder actually. So 5.79, 5 is the first significant figure. The 7 means that the 5 will go up by 1, so it will become a 6. So the 5.79 would round off to 6. 312 there, if I put a line down after the 3, which is the first significant figure, the 1 means that the 3 stays the same, and then everything after the line means it becomes 300. So 6 multiplied by 300 on top. And on the bottom, the first significant figure there is the 5. It's not the 0 because zeros, we're looking for the first non-zero digit. So the 2 after the line there means that the 5 stays the same, so it would be 0.5 on the bottom. And then we've got a little bit of calculating to do. 6 multiplied by 300 would be 1800. And we have 0.5 on the bottom. A trick you can do when you're dividing by a decimal, because it's awkward or it seems kind of tricky to divide by 0.5 there. What you can do is you can multiply top and bottom by the same thing. So if I multiply top and bottom there by 10, it will turn the bottom into a 5, which makes things a little bit easier. And the top then would turn into 18,000. And that's actually the same thing then. So 5 into 18,000. So 5 into 18 would go 3 times, remainder 3. And 5 into 30 would go 6 times, so 3600. So my final answer there is 3600. And that's by not using a calculator. So here's 2 more if you just want to pause the video now and try them. Second one looks a bit tricky there, but just try and round off each number to one significant figure first, and then it should look easier. So first question, 35 multiplied by 23. If I'm to round off 35 to one significant figure, it would become 40. And if I'm to round off 23 to one significant figure, it'll just become 20. So 40 multiplied by 20, well, 2 fours are 8, and then the 2 zeros that are in the question as well. So 800, so final answer there is 800, that's my estimate. Second one then, let's just take each number, so 19.48, and don't round off, so big mistake people would make here is to round off at the decimal point, but it actually makes more work for you, because then it would be 19 instead of, if I round off to one significant figure, the 9 means that the 1 goes up by 1, so it would be 20, so that would just round off to 20. 43.2, that would round off to 40, because the 3 means that the 4 stays the same. So on the top I have 20 plus 40. On the bottom, round off at the 1 there, so it will just be 10. And my 2.8 would round off to 3, because the 8 means that the 2 goes up to a 3. So 3.0, or just 3. On top then, 20 plus 40 is 60. On the bottom, 3 multiplied by 10 is 30. And then I can do 60 divided by 30, which is 2, because 2 30s make 60. So final estimate there is 2.